Hello, darlings, and welcome to our special edition of Pastors' Wives Tell All, where we three, Jessica,
Jenna, and Stephanie,
spill the tea on Thursdays. Grab some coffee or a pot of tea and listen in for all the tips and tricks and random facts you never knew you needed.
until now. Hello there, and welcome back to Pastors' Wives Tell All, where we spill the tea
On Thursdays.
Guys, can I just talk about this girl in the middle? I hope you can see her. If you're on YouTube, you can. So this girl, Jessica, just got back from a trip to Rwanda, where she runs a nonprofit called Come Away Missions, and she's about to leave again on another trip.
I was just
to
about
Rwanda.
to say, if you've listened to us before and you've heard that before, or you think, oh, that was deja vu. Hasn't she been to Africa? Why, yes, she has.
A million
50 times.
times.
So anyway,
Maybe 50 million times.
maybe 50 million.
I'm
a
getting
lot.
tired thinking 50 million.
Is a lot. Wow. And we're so excited about Rwanda because both Jenna and I have also been and have seen Jessica at work in her passion and what God has given her. And so we thought it'd be fun to kind of spill the tea on this latest trip.
Yeah.
So Jess,
Yeah.
tell us, I know you said you had maybe a little bit of a smaller team, but there were some things you loved about that. Tell us what you loved about your smaller team.
What I love about a small team is I'm super relational, so I want to get to know my team. I want to be able to listen to their stories.
See into their souls.
See into their souls, encourage them, all of the things. And also, not only that, but John, the pastor that we work with, gets to do that as well. He's really great at that. And then also, they get to build relationships with the people, and they have more opportunities to talk with the translators, to have deeper conversations. And when you have a larger team, it doesn't happen as often, especially if you have a bunch of introverts. And I actually had a lot of introverts on this team. So I feel like they got to just shine and be able to conversate. And so it was just super sweet.
I love that. Yeah. I want to know, well, maybe I'm jumping the gun, but I really want to know what was your absolute favorite part of this trip? Because you take so many. So, and I know you come away with different things and every trip is different, but I want to know what your favorite thing was from this trip. Like what was the most, maybe the most amazing thing, like in general, but then also like spiritually, all of it's going to be spiritual, but you know what I'm saying.
Okay, well, knowing me that I don't like this question because I have favorites. I don't have favorites because I have so many favorites.
I know.
But so I'll just name like one that stands out to me.
Well, think about it like this.
Okay.
You'll listen back to this episode and you'll know when you went and you will be able to remember if one day you just get dementia or something, you can listen to this episode back and you can know a thing from this trip that was amazing.
For sure.
Relive it all over again.
For sure. Okay, so one of them I'll talk about was God answered a prayer very quickly. So last July, the trip that Jenna was on in 2024, we had an opening for, and Isaac was on as well, Stephanie's husband. We had the opening for the new church in Muyumbu. And that's just a super special thing that we got to be a part of. Well, actually, in the middle of the anniversary party that happened for John and Beatrice right after the opening, someone whispered in his ear and they had heard that the president was starting to close down churches. And so he didn't tell me this until I got home. But what happened over the past years, thousands upon thousands of churches, no matter if it's a church, a mosque, a Catholic church, everything, tons of churches were shutting down because they were not up to code. And they were putting a lot more rules and regulations into practice, which was shutting down churches. And as y'all know, there's not a lot of money there. So like if churches have tithes that are happening with like eggs and chickens and coins, you're not going to have enough money to get up to code with $20 and $30 and $40,000 worth of things that need to happen. So to say all that, to set the stage, we have been waiting for Muyumbu for the church to open on City on a Hill. And so we just had this moment the first Sunday we were there where I asked John, I said, hey, like we're at your house today. Can we just run over to the church and just have like a prayer service and just walk through every little part of the church and classrooms and everything and just pray over his office. So we went to do that. And one of the prayers I prayed was, Lord, expedite the process of an inspector coming to this church. I said, even if we're in Gahara, which is the other village we work in, even if we're in Gahara, when they come, just Lord, let it happen quickly, expedite it. And when we got home from Gahara, John told me when we were back at the church that the first inspector did come while we were in Gahara.
Wow.
And so it was just such a special moment to be able to tell the team that they were a part of that. Mm-hmm. And so while this inspector is not the one that can say officially that it can open, he is the eyes on the ground in the villages saying, hey guys, come see this church. There's no reason why it can't open. Yeah. And so he told the people that were there working that day that, hey, I don't see any reason why this church cannot be open. So it was just a really cool moment to be able to tell the team and to say, like, we saw our prayers. God heard us. He heard our cries, and like to see it answered and exactly how we prayed it was just a really cool moment.
That's amazing.
I love that. That's so cool.
It's amazing.
Hey, friend, we will get right back to our episode, but we want to take a moment and thank our patrons. You guys keep our podcast going.
If you are not a patron and you would like to consider donating to our podcast ministry, we would be so grateful, and we might even do a happy dance.
When you become a patron, you get perks like being the first to hear about special info and retreats. You get bonus episodes, monthly devotionals, lock screens, and more.
Plus, we have added a new $1 tier for those who believe in us and what we're doing, just because you love us.
So head on over to our show notes and click on the Patreon link to learn more. Now let's get back to our episode.
Okay, super important question.
Yep.
You ready?
Something about the safari, I'm sure.
Yep. Did you see lions on the safari?
Yes, I saw a whole pride.
Did you?
Y'all, I've been on like 50 safaris, and let me just tell you, I've only seen lions twice out of the 50 times.
And I was there the first time.
I was there for the first time, too.
I was not alive, really, at that time. I mean, I was alive, but I was laying in the floor of the safari truck vehicle. Sick.
You were not okay.
But I was there.
You were.
First time.
You were there.
Yes, she
I'm
did.
not going to lie.
But
When
the
I saw
whole
your
pride.
pictures of the pride, did you not see the pictures of the pride, or were you just trying to be excited for the podcast?
I knew that she had because I heard her talk about it at my house, but I had not seen the pictures yet.
were so
I need to see
many of
pictures.
them.
Way to not follow stories, Stephanie, while your friends across the world. Thanks, Jenna.
I was a little bit busy falling apart.
Thanks, Jenna.
Did I get points?
You get points.
Anyway, there were a lot of them. I was like,
Yeah, there was 13.
oh
So-
my
That's
heavens,
amazing.
if I had been there
So,
with my camera.
Yeah. I wish you were. I wish you would have been. Yes, it would have been amazing. So, yes, that was a lovely moment.
Yes, yes.
This is a spill the tea.
This is a spill the tea, but it's like we have so many more things we could ask and say. I'm going to say this. If you are listening to Spill the Tea, you are our people.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Oh,
you
yeah.
are with us because not everyone's going to listen to our stupidness on the Spill the Teas.
So true.
Not that we're being stupid this
I'm
time.
sorry, are
I
you
feel
calling
like
me
this is
stupid?
so
'Cause I'm
good.
offended.
I'm
just kidding.
so offended.
Y'all are going to have to get over it. Okay, so therefore, yes, on this Spill the Tea, you are our people. And if you are our people and you happen to be in a position in your church of church leadership or married to someone who is, and if you are looking for a way that your church can partner with missionaries or just do a little bit more with missions, let me tell you something. You need to look into Come Away Missions. And I'm sure good old little Jessica here would fly out to wherever your church is. If you fly her there and she could share her heart about this and say all the ways that you can partner and help Come Away Missions, you know? I mean, if you want to pay for all three of us to fly out there, we'll all go
That's so
with
so
her
true.
and support her in
so true.
this endeavor. But seriously, it would be great. We are looking for supporters. Come Away Missions.
Yeah.
And when I say we, I mean her and her team. But I feel as though I am a part of that team.
100%. Come Away Missions is amazing. It's been so cool to see firsthand, like everything that God has done
Discipleship.
in Rwanda through discipleship, through Jessica's however many years ago that was. Yeah. So it's just been beautiful to watch.
Oh, thanks, friends. I appreciate it.
You're
Well,
welcome.
I appreciate me having the opportunity to talk about Rwanda.
Yes.
And, we'll probably do this again because
That's right.
I'm leaving next week.
Yes, there's going to be more stories to tell.
So I'm going to leave now so I can go pack again. Okay.
That's so true. She really does have to go back again.
Well,
It's crazy.
until next time,
Yes.
go spill the tea.
Go spill the tea. Oh, and message us on Facebook, Instagram, or our email, hello@pastorswisetellall.com. And we shall make sure it gets to Jessica. Okay.
Yes, we should.
That's good.
We shall.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, friends, if you have enjoyed this episode as much as we have, please help us spread the word on Facebook and Instagram.
If you didn't know yet, Instagram is where all the fun is at. From dance reels on Wednesdays to spiritual encouragement and laugh out loud posts in between, there is something for everyone.
And last but certainly not least, if you could take a moment right now to stop what you're doing and give us a rating and review, even subscribe to our podcast, this seriously helps other people find us who wouldn't be able to otherwise. Thank you so much for your love and support. We hope you'll tune in next week.